You keep trying to force yourself to relax, but calm doesn't come from effort. Your mind already knows how to rest if you let it. Take a slow breath before we go any further. Notice how tightly you've been holding your shoulders today. Notice the small pause your body takes when no one is watching. You spend so much of the day trying to focus, trying to keep up, trying to be softer, kinder, quieter inside. And now, at the end of it all, you're trying to rest, but rest doesn't answer when you call it like that. It doesn't come when summoned. It comes when invited. There's a difference, and your body knows it, even if your mind forgets. Somewhere along the way, you learn that everything worth having takes effort, and that's often true. But rest is one of the few gentle exceptions. Rest is not something you achieve. It's something you allow. You already carry it inside you, the way a lake carries stillness beneath its ripples. You don't have to build the stillness. You only have to stop stirring the water. And yet, here you are, holding the spoon, watching the surface, wondering why it won't settle. Tonight, we're going to loosen your grip on that spoon, slowly, gently, one finger at a time. Because there is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken for finding it hard to unwind. You are simply tired from trying so hard for so long. And that tiredness deserves tenderness, not another task. Think of a small child who has run and played all day. When bedtime comes, they don't lecture themselves into sleep. They lean into something soft, and their body remembers what to do. You still have that same body, that same quiet knowing. It's just buried under a long list of shoulds. Somewhere inside you, there is still a version of you who knows how to rest without permission. She is not gone. He is not gone. They are only waiting for you to stop performing calm long enough to feel it. Notice how often you turn rest into another project. Downloading the right app, trying the right breathing method, finding the perfect playlist. All beautiful tools, but none of them are the rest itself. They are only the doorway, and you keep polishing the doorway instead of walking through. Here's the part worth pausing on. Your mind was never designed to run at full speed forever. It was designed to rise and fall like breath, like tide, like the sky changing color at dusk. When you fight that rhythm, you feel exhausted. When you follow it, you feel alive. So tonight, instead of forcing calm, try something quieter. Try noticing. Notice the weight of your body on whatever is holding you. Notice the temperature of the air near your face. Notice that you are in this exact moment safe enough to read these words. That noticing is already the beginning of rest. You don't have to earn this softness. You already live inside it. There's an old idea worth remembering. A garden does not grow by being pulled upward. It grows by being left alone with good soil, gentle water, and time. Your mind is the same. You are not a machine to be optimized. You are something living, something seasonal, something quietly wise. And there's one more thing worth knowing before we go deeper. The reason forcing relaxation doesn't work is because force itself is the opposite of rest. Every time you clench your jaw and tell yourself to calm down, your body reads it as danger. It hears the sharpness in your inner voice and prepares to defend you. You cannot bully yourself into peace. You can only invite yourself into peace. You can only invite yourself into it. So, change the tone inside your head just slightly. Instead of relax already, try you're allowed to soften now. Instead of why can't I sleep, try my body is doing its best. The words matter. The tone matters more. Watch what happens when you speak to yourself the way you'd speak to someone you love. The shoulders drop a little. The chest opens a little. The mind, for the first time in hours, stops arguing. That is rest beginning. Not perfect, not complete, just beginning. You don't have to chase it further than that. There's a small practice you might try tonight. Not a technique, just a shift. When you notice yourself trying to force calm, place one hand somewhere on your body, your chest, your cheek, your arm, and silently say, I'm here. You don't have to hurry. That's all. No steps, no counting, no goal. Just a hand and a sentence and a slow return home. You'd be surprised how often that alone is enough. And here's the part that changes everything. Rest is not the reward for finishing your day. Rest is the thread woven through it, the pause between two emails, the breath before you answer, the blink you give yourself when no one is watching. You are already resting in tiny pockets all day long. You just haven't been calling it that. Once you see those small pockets, they multiply. The traffic light becomes a breath, the kettle becomes a pause, the walk to the door becomes a soft stretch of quiet. You don't need a retreat. You need to notice the retreats you already have. Isn't that a relief? Now, gently consider this. Maybe the version of rest you've been chasing was never yours to begin with. Maybe it belonged to someone in a photograph, on a beach, in a life that looked easier from the outside. Your rest doesn't have to look like that. It can look like tea gone cold on the counter because you got lost in a good thought. It can look like sitting on the floor for no reason. It can look like being quietly bored for 10 whole minutes. Boredom, you might remember, used to be a doorway too. Before every empty moment was filled with a screen, your mind used to wander into rest on its own. It still can. It just needs a little room, a little permission, a little of the silence you keep apologizing for. Try leaving one small space in your evening unfilled, not scheduled, not even peaceful necessarily, just unfilled. Let your mind bump around inside it like a moth finding a lamp. That soft aimlessness is closer to rest than any technique. And when the old urge rises, the one that says you should be doing something, fixing something, becoming something, greet it kindly. It has protected you for a long time. Thank it and then set it down, the way you'd set down a heavy bag at the end of a long walk. You are allowed to put things down. You are allowed to not carry every thought to its conclusion tonight. You are allowed to be a person, not a project. What a strange thing to have to remember. But we all forget, and we all get to come home. If you've made it this far, notice something small. Your breathing has probably slowed without your permission. Your face has probably softened without your instruction. That's your body remembering. That's the rest you were looking for, quietly arriving through the back door while you were listening. It was never far away. It was only waiting for you to stop chasing it. So tonight, let this be enough. Not a perfect wind down, not an ideal night's sleep, not a fully quiet mind. Just a slightly gentler grip on the day, just a slightly kinder voice inside, just one honest exhale that doesn't need to prove anything. That is a full rest in its own way. And tomorrow, you can practice again, not harder, just softer. You can catch yourself mid-clench and let your hands open. You can catch yourself mid-rush and let your feet feel the floor. You can catch yourself mid-thought and let the sentence stay unfinished. Small mercies, small releases, small returns. This is how a life learns to rest, not through grand transformations, but through 1,000 quiet permissions. If any of this reached the tired part of you tonight, stay with me a little longer. Take one slow breath in the comments with me. Just the word "here" is enough, so I know you paused. And if this channel has felt like a soft place to land, you're always welcome to stay. Subscribing is just a quiet way of saying, come find me again on the harder nights. There will be more reflections waiting when you need them. For now, close your eyes for just a moment if you can. Feel the weight of your body being held by something. Feel the air moving in and out without your help. Feel the small, patient part of you that has been waiting all day to be noticed. It's still there. It was never gone. Your mind already knows how to rest. You only had to stop asking it to prove it. Good night, gentle one. Rest well. I'll see you in the next quiet reflection.